You see, my gorgeous Libra, this obstacle that you're going to be dealing with at the beginning of this week, it's something which is going to make you feel a little bit sad. It is something which is going to make you feel a little bit frustrated. It is to do with something which is going to be such a kind of letdown, because it's to do with one specific person that this is all going to be all about. It's to do with this specific person which you're gonna find like, oh my god, ever so selfish. You're gonna think how selfish this person is, and this in itself is kind of going to throw you out of balance a little bit. So it's to do with somebody quite specific indeed. Okay, so at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra, sadly you are gonna have a bit of a letdown, and it's to do with somebody really specific, and this is going to surprise you. This is going to throw you out of balance just a little bit, but this is like so important. You know why? Because you've had like lately you had some difficulties in your life because of that specific person, and you did not even realize this yourself. So that's why this is so important, because it's most importantly, it's going to open your eyes, and you will realize, you will begin to understand and what was making you unhappy and what exactly was making you lonely for so long. It is to do with one specific person indeed. That particular person was affecting your life in such a way. I think it's a lot to do with like subconscious things in our lives. You know, it was a lot to do with your subconscious mind, and not even kind of realizing this, that you were like uncertain, you know, about things, you know, especially within the last 4 or 5 months. You were like kind of uncertain about things that you should never be uncertain about when it comes to your life, when it comes to things that you are creative about, when it comes to your passion, my gorgeous Libra. So this is all gonna kind of be very much so a rather powerful time of your life, because you will be able to clearly understand where the actual problem was coming from for so long. But this in itself is going to surprise you, but most importantly, it's going to play absolutely huge role when it comes to you reconnecting with yourself. You will realize that on one hand, you will just want to return to something quite traditional, to something quite simple. You know, this is going to remind you of certain memories and certain joys, you know, in life. But then again, at the same time, it's all gonna lead towards you finally fully understanding the importance of the specific plan. You will realize that now it's time to come up with a new plan. This is so important, because at the same time, just while you're thinking about it, you're just going to become so confident about doing something which it's like pretty much so a lot to do with an uncertain effort, which would normally put you off like there is no tomorrow. But now you are just gonna clearly understand what exactly do you need to do, and this in itself is gonna lead towards you, my gorgeous Libra. Listen to me very carefully, this is really important. This is gonna lead towards you becoming, you know, assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Listen to me very carefully, this is gonna ultimately gonna lead towards you being honest with yourself, and you understanding and realizing how much do you want to do something really specific in your life. It's about the specific move, and it's about the specific step. If you don't make, you're never gonna reach the happiness that you are destined to reach. This is to do with your destiny. So that's why you're gonna become like really kind of You're going to become very assertive when it comes to things that you know are right. And also, all at the same time, it's going to kind of contribute so much towards you letting go of the past, because this is going to lead towards an ending that makes way for new opportunities. So obviously it's time to move on. It's time to move on with your life. So you're going to feel like this desire. You are going to feel this absolutely mind-blowing desire, my gorgeous Libra. You're gonna feel this desire to change your life, but at the same time, this desire, it's all about you kind of wanting more out of life in such a sense where you will want to live kind of more meaningful life. And you're gonna suddenly realize like, oh my God, so many things that you are missing out on. You're gonna realize that, you know, the old you is like, bye darling, and the new you, it's about to emerge. You're gonna realize that you have come towards an end with a very much so long journey that you have been on. You have achieved so much, and you have achieved what you need to achieve, what you needed to achieve. So now it's time to move on. This is so important because this is gonna kind of bring this desire. You know, it's all about this desire to me to live a kind of more meaningful life, but then at the same time you're going to realize that it's time to move on. So that is naturally going to leave you in such a position where you're going to be with no option but to choose to make major life changes. It's almost as if like you were running away from yourself. You were running away from your own truth. And this is why this is so important. I'm not having a go at you, but I'm just telling you that this is going to be absolutely remarkable a part of your whole existence. Remember, this is all going to lead towards you reconnecting with yourself. And once you reconnect with yourself, nothing is ever going to be the same again, because you're going to start seeing things in a completely different angle. And it's going to be beautiful actually, because you're going to realize suddenly that you didn't give credit to yourself for things that you've done, for things that you've actually achieved, only because you've been going through some kind of anxiety and a little bit of stress lately. So you are coming out of something really negative. You're coming out of something really dark. So this is why this is so important. And somebody who is very, very close to you, some kind of family member, or like maybe an amazing friend, it's really going to point out something to you, something about you, something like that you've been keep on putting aside. And on one hand, this is going to highlight your skill, some kind of skill, something that you should be kind of taking on the next level now, but you just left it in the past. But then on another hand, that particular gorgeous person is going to contribute so beautifully into your life, because it's to do with somebody who really, you really trust to, and it's somebody who trusts you, somebody who loves you, you know, like a very beautiful person in your life. It's really kind of gonna play a huge role here when it comes to maybe just getting a little bit of confirmation from somebody who means to you so much, who understands you so well. Probably getting a confirmation from somebody who, and this is gonna put your mind to rest, you know, because we all have such a special people in our lives. So something is gonna be pointed by somebody in your life, somebody who means to you so much. Couple of things, some kind of skill that you're not using, that you're not doing, but you should, something that you're so great about, something that that is so special and so unique to you, something that you're so gifted about. You need to think and you need to realize what this is right now, even before that person points this out to you, so you can kind of open your mind to it even more, even further. And by that happens, you're already going to be one step ahead. But anyway, with all these realizations, you're already going to be one step ahead with what you need to do and with your life in general. So this is why this is indeed going to be so important. And you're also going to become aware of like a few different people at around the beginning of this week. They're going to get your attention. They're going to be doing something. They're going to be working on something. They're going to be creating something. And there is an idea that you're going to get. This idea that you're going to have by you watching these few people, this is for the first time in your life, you're going to feel connected to what these people were doing. And And this is a great sign that things are changing, but it's also going to point towards that new plan. It's also going to have an elements of that new plan that I mentioned about earlier, because you're going to be reminded of that new plan, that gave you hope and confidence when I mentioned like that there is going to be something uncertain, quite uncertain about it, that you must not allow this to put you off. But somehow you will be able to make a clear connection with the plan that you were thinking about before, coming up with a new plan. And although this is going to have nothing to do with that plan whatsoever, trust me, this is going to be absolutely obvious. And most certainly here, my gorgeous Libra, you are going to realize that your luck is changing. Your luck is changing for the better, and this is absolutely brilliant indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, I like this so much. This is gonna mean to you like, oh my God, an accomplishment. This is like more like personal than anything else, because when you become aware of this accomplishment, something that this means to you so much, this is almost like sacred to you, this is something that you've been working on for so long, you know what I mean? But this accomplishment, it's gonna like really kind of surprise you, because at the same time it's not only about the accomplishment, but it's about the actual choice which is coming with it. It's not so much about the accomplishment and how excited you're going to feel, because this is something that you put so much of your precious energy towards, my gorgeous Libra. No baby, no, it is not only about that. Why you're going to be so excited really is because that accomplishment that you're going to become aware of, success, you're going to feel so happy, of course, in general, but it's more like that you're going to feel excited because you will see like this in itself, it's really kind of bringing a very, very intelligent choice as well, and an intelligent choice to make an adjustment. This is so this is what this intelligent choice is going to be about. So it's not so much about an accomplishment, it's to do with something that you've been working on, something that means to you so much. Okay, so it's not only about that accomplishment and success, and the actual success, which is brilliant in itself, but it's more about an intelligent choice this is actually bringing into your life. And that intelligent choice, it's all about you now fully understanding what adjustment do you need, you have to literally make. And even more so, at around the same time, there is gonna be a little sign that you are gonna have, very unusual and very bizarre and very strange sign that you are clearly going to be able to understand. That sign will have nothing to do with this, but you will know the connection. It's going to be undeniable whatsoever that positive sign is the sign for you, my gorgeous Libra, a rather unique sign that you are about to do the right thing. You are about to step towards the right direction. Very important indeed. You need to understand that this adjustment, you being able to make this mind-blowing adjustment, this was on your mind, this adjustment was on your mind for so long, because somebody who is so influential in your life and somebody who influences you in the best and positive way, like kind of reminded you of this, like you understood this before, you knew about this adjustment before, because of somebody who is very influential in your life, somebody who influences you in like a really, in the best positive way, somebody who has a really good and positive impact on you. You were aware of this adjustment, so you are going to be like absolutely so happy, and you will clearly understand that the delays are about to come to an end. That's how you're gonna feel. Delays about to come to an end. Delays are over. And that it's like pretty much so means that you're entering the stage of your life where you are, suddenly and unexpectedly, you are going to have a really, really good luck. And that in itself, it's also going to make you aware of the fact that, there was a better choice all along. There was a better choice all along. That's what you're gonna feel. That's how you're gonna think ultimately. Oh my God, why didn't I do this earlier? Why didn't this happen earlier? So there was a better choice all along, but only now you're seeing things clearly. You're going to realize like there was a better choice all along, and you're also going to realize why and how you didn't see things clearly so far. So now everything is going to start like kind of making sense, because you're going to realize that you were running away from the truth. My gorgeous Libra, and I'm not having a go at you. This is brilliant. Just remember, this is the time when you're coming home to yourself. You're coming back, to yourself. This is to do with your own spirit. And yes, you are, of course, going to be reminded of the certain things in childhood. Again, you're going to drift back into your childhood, and suddenly something is going to trigger these memories to start with. You're going to get a message from someone, some kind of blast from the past is going to start this. You're going to get a message from someone, a news from someone, and that in itself is going to kind of mark the time where you're going to realize, oh, it's the return of someone. It's the return of someone into your life you haven't seen in absolute ages, absolute centuries. But that in itself is really going to remind you of certain aspects of your life in your childhood. And suddenly you're going to realize maybe you're not where you belong. You're going to realize where you belong. You're going to realize where you belong. That feeling, these emotions, this is going to be almost impossible to ignore. And you've known this for so long, but only now the time is right. Now you're just not going to be able to stop thinking about it whatsoever. With your mind, with this energy, you're going to tap into something like you've never tapped in before. And that is all going to contribute towards you, my gorgeous Libra, growing your wings and just floating slowly but surely towards an ultimate destination on your spiritual journey. It's like, how great is that? It's like, oh my goodness. Absolutely brilliant, okay? And also, please do not, for the love of God, forget to take, what am I just telling you now to take? Please try to take something like to boost your immune system, like a natural vitamin C capsules or powder. I highly suggest like an organic camu camu, which is a natural form of vitamin C. Do not take ascorbic powder, ascorbic acid, because it's ascorbic acid, I meant because it is not a natural form of vitamin C. It's like a basically chemical. So if you want to go for a vitamin C, just go for something like organic camu camu, which is a natural form of vitamin C, alongside natural vitamin D3 and alongside the actual zinc picolinate. This is a must in order to boost your immune system, because you are, for the next few months, you are going to be prone to cold and flu and things like that. This type of infections quite a lot. So this is what I want to advise you. And also on top of all that, I also highly advise you to take organic echinacea. But this in itself, I want you to take in a liquid form rather than the capsule form or a tablet form. So in a liquid form, because it's going to work much better and it's going to get into your bloodstream much quicker, so it's going to be way more effective. Organic echinacea, it's one of the most powerful herbs you can possibly get in order to boost your immune system. I've been taking this for absolute ages, like for years and years and years. And you take it for a while, then you take a little break, then you take it for a while, then you take a little break. So you don't take it all the time, but you just always need to make sure that you are having little breaks indeed. So this is something that I highly recommend you in order to boost your immune system. And you also need to make sure that any supplements that you get like this that I recommend you need to make sure that they're natural and without any unnecessary ingredients, chemicals and things like that. Okay, very important indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, for example, or not. Okay. And also, by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, this is absolutely brilliant. This gorgeous person here, it's like this female person, this gorgeous person, you are going to be like kind of looking at that person. You're going to be thinking at that person. Maybe this is going to be somebody on TV that you are going to be watching, maybe somebody on YouTube, maybe this is going to be somebody in your life, but you need to understand that it's to do with a specific female person person that you're going to be looking at around the end of the week. You're going to come across that person, and then suddenly like you are not going to be able to stop thinking about how genuine this person is, how gorgeous this person is. It's somebody who's very gentle, but somebody who's very clever as well. As somebody who's very like kind of gentle, but somebody who's very like kind of sharp as well. That's what I meant to say, not gentle and clever. Sorry, somebody who's very gentle, but somebody who's very like a sharp as well. But somebody who's extremely intelligent, and somebody who doesn't like to talk about this, for example. But this is like an extremely intelligent person, but that person, she would never say this about herself. For example, I'm really clever, I'm really intelligent. You know what I mean? Because when people say this, then that's the sign that they're not intelligent or clever normally, because you don't normally say that about yourself, you know, but you just normally don't see yourself in that light, you know. But then again, it depends, you know. So this is somebody very clever, very gorgeous, and then through that person, you're gonna get a clear idea. I think that you're gonna be looking at that person, maybe talking about something or talking to someone. However, through that person, you will realize what to do with a specific problem, and you will realize it's to do with the resolution of some kind of problem. You will know it's about some kind of conclusion, because you're gonna hear that person mentioning something along the lines which is exactly to do with what is going to be on your mind, like some kind of ongoing problem. And you will understand exactly that you are going to be so inspired by this person, but this is all going to lead towards you making a certain compromise. Just thinking about this, it's about how optimistic you're going to be, how enthusiastic you're going to become, how creative you're going to become, how energetic you are going to become. And this is your third eye, and your subconscious mind is already guiding you along the way and making you aware of that this is the right thing to do, baby. This is the right thing to do. There is a specific reason why we like certain people. There is a specific reason why certain people inspires us. There is a specific reason why certain people make us feel so good about ourselves, because there is so much of a connection that we have in between. There is a reason for it. So you have to follow this, because it's gonna open you up towards new horizons, which is something that you need at this stage. You need to understand like how much you have gone through, how much you have been through, but at the same time you also need to understand that you have to be grateful, and you need to give credit to yourself whenever the credit is due. You know, it's important to appreciate yourself. The more you appreciate yourself and things that you have been through and things that you have done, the more other people are going to appreciate you for just that. So this is why this is so important. The more you put yourself down and the more you ignore like amazing things about yourself, the lesser people are going to notice what you want to be noticed, you know, when it comes to yourself. Whether this is something personal, whether this is something, you know, like professional or whatever, or spiritual or whatever it is. So, you know, this is fantastic, because now you will know when it comes to that conclusion, when it comes to that compromise, you know, you're going to realize when that compromise, you know, that compromise that I mentioned, you're going to realize that now it's time to go after your dreams, my gorgeous Libra. And that in itself is what I'm already mentioned. You need to kind of work out what you're going to do in order to expand your horizons. And at the same time, it's all about your creativity, and it's all about your passion. And something absolutely mind-blowing is also going to happen, and I'm so glad. People are gonna admire you. My gorgeous Libra, at around the end of the week, you know, I know that there was accomplishment at around the midweek, but that particular accomplishment at around the midweek, it's more like a personal rather than anything else, but it's a lot to do with something that you've put so much of your precious energy towards anyway. But it's very personal, but it's as important indeed. When it comes to this accomplishment at the end of the week, now this is to do with this message and news and realization. It's like one thing is going to lead towards another, because you're going to understand and realize that this success is going to go like oh my God, somewhere completely different to where you thought that this is originally going to go to. There are 3 or 4 new doors which are going to open at the same time. It's about the new news, it's about a message, it's about this massive success here and ultimate change. And you're going to find this extremely rewarding because you're going to realize what exactly you are capable of. Oh my goodness, you're going to realize exactly what you are capable of. So you're going to find this absolutely mind-blowing, very rewarding. Not only you will know that this is going to bring absolutely ultimate change into your life, what's happening right now, but it's just going to make you feel so good. The fact what you have achieved here and how people are going to admire you. People are going to admire you for what you've achieved here. This is absolutely brilliant. And this in itself, it's literally going to show you the way. And most importantly, it's going to show you which useless sacrifice you must not make. Okay, something that you did not want to make or you did not want to do whatsoever. And this is why you're going to feel such a great sense of relief. Relief, because you will not need to make some kind of sacrifice, and now you will realize, oh, thank God I didn't make that sacrifice, because that would have been completely useless whatsoever. And as soon as you realize which sacrifice you don't need to make, my gorgeous Libra, as soon as that happens, you need to understand that the process of change is going to start. The process of change is going to start. There is going to be a little journey that you're going to need to make. You're going to need to go on that journey. There is also going to be a little triple journey that you're going to need to make. Maybe this is going to be from China to Poland. Do you know what I mean? Maybe this is going to be from New Zealand to, I don't know, like to Spain, like a big journey. Or maybe it's just going to be a small journey from one little village to another little village. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter. Whichever journey this is, you need to go for this. You need to go for this. And whenever this journey happens, it's still going to bring the same message. Something that's going to happen to you, and you're going to open your eyes, and you're going to have a taste of something that you're never going to be able to forget that taste, which means that you're going to discover what exactly you want to do, something additional. You're going to taste something, you're going to try something, you're going to tap into something which is going to change your life forever. But most important, it's going to contribute towards you, like really pretty much so knowing exactly what is missing in your life. Going back to finding out, like, thank God you don't need to make this useless sacrifice. It's something that you didn't want to make in the first place anyway. So you're going to realize it around a similar time, this is the time you're going to realize the process of change is starting. But you're also going to realize that, at around the similar time, that there is a certain journey that you're going to need to make. Whenever this is, you most certainly, you need to go for it. No doubt here whatsoever. But also, at around that time, you're also going to have a really interesting idea. A very, very interesting idea. This interesting and important idea that you are going to have, it's also like kind of going to pretty much show, you need to understand, is to do with a very, very like kind of a successful project, okay? It's to do with a successful project, which is indeed going to bring a happy change in like some kind of things that you're doing right now, like maybe career, or if you are retired, it's like it's going to bring slightly new direction. It doesn't have to be necessarily a change like in a career, but it could be a change in a career. But most importantly, it's about to bring a very, very happy change into your life, regardless where you are, regardless what you do, and regardless at which stage of your spiritual journey you are. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. Okay, so what is going to be an oracle card of the week? Oh my goodness, a new door are about to open. My gorgeous Libra, look, a new door are about to open. Look at this. And this is exactly what I knew it's going to happen. This new door, which are going to open by the end of this week, oh my God, are bringing a miracle into your life. Oh my God. Oh my God, my gorgeous Libra, listen to this. The new door are about to open, and this new door are bringing a miracle. Listen to me very carefully. This new door that I'm talking about are actually going to happen this week. And this miracle that I'm talking about here also, it's going to happen by the end of this week. This in itself is going to contribute towards you finding a whole new meaning in your existence. This is going to change absolutely everything and is ultimately going to lead towards your own power. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.